Oh yeah, that's it. Hello and welcome. My name is Samuel Ray, also known to some. I can speak. Also known to some as Dr. Sam. Uh, I'm still working out all the kinks in this while I'm trying to get everything ready. Today, it's mostly just about testing my encoder and my bitrate and my PC's ability to stream to three different platforms simultaneously while uh, while playing a game. So it's this one's a stress test because starting next week, I do plan on starting up a very consistent stream schedule. So let's see. I'm just working out everything. Let's see here. Hmm. Oh, okay. Interesting. What? Access expired to what? Wow, access. Okay, come on, computer. What are you talking about? I think it's working over there. Hang on. Okay, yeah, it is. Okay. Cool, cool. So yeah, like I said, three platforms at the same time. Um, the real, what's wrong before? Experimental one. So I've got Kick and Twitch simultaneously in horizontal. Ah, crap. How do I change that stupid thumbnail? And then on YouTube, I've got vertical going, and that's the new one. That's experimental. So, really giving that one a try to see how that looks. But I'm trying to see if my PC, because I'm using Restream to go to two platforms, and then simultaneously encoding to YouTube vertical. So we've essentially got two streams going out from my PC, and it's recording, and it's got a what is it called again, that feature? Replay buffer going, so I can save like chunks for YouTube videos, and backtrack for vertical, so I can save clips to go onto multiple platforms. So I'm really stress testing my ability to have multiple things going on this PC hardware and have content easily made from this for diversification and stuff, with as little overhead time as possible for editing and stuff, just to fit my life better. So yeah, and I figured I would run this test with one of my favorite games, and in general one of my favorite racing games of all time, Art of Rally. In the career mode, I finally got to Group B, which is really what this game was designed around. The whole concept of this game is, what if Group B Rally was never shut down? And so we got the most cars in Group B. We've got some of the best ones, some of the most variety. So we're going to give it a go once I get all the little details worked out. I'm just trying to figure out how to get all my chats visible on screen at the same time. That's the tricky part. So I think I have to do it this way. And I should have both of that there. Alright, cool. And the main thing is Twitch has a lot of little particularities when it comes to streaming, multi-streaming. So I can't have chat on screen, the combined chats. The only one they would allow me to have would be Twitch chat. So instead I'm going to have none. So I have to be able to monitor it myself. And then they have the... what else? And I think you're not supposed to be able to have alerts accessible on there either. So I'm trying to figure out what I have to do. Do I have... Okay. The stream elements connect with pick? That's my next question. I don't think I ever actually tried to link it. I think that's where things are going wrong. So, how do I do that? Channel settings. There we go. Integrations? No. Kick channel. Oh, snap. There we go. I never added it to my stream elements. So that's what I need to do. And then I'll be able to see all three chats in ground control. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now let me just refresh this. Refresh ground control and see if it'll show all three in one. If that's the case, that is like perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay. Yes! Okay, we are in business. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. That is exactly what I wanted. So now I can see all three in one place on my screen. And we're pretty much set. Okay. So yeah, if you are tuning into this, I really would appreciate any feedback. This is going to help to establish the foundation on which my streams will be from now on. I'm aiming for 2 streams per week. Today is Thursday. I will be streaming on Thursdays. So that's what I'm aiming for there. And then I think I'm going to do Tuesdays. And then the occasional weekend stream when I can. Alright, so in this game I've added some mods. Namely one that changes the car names from their like little parody names to the actual cars they're based on. I really like that one because it was so hard to know what was what. Look at all these cars I got. I told you, Group B has the most. So, MG Metro 64 6R4. Okay, and here's where you get the all-wheel drive cars introduced. See, that's what I was hoping for. Peugeot 205 Turbo 16, Audi Quattro, legendary, Audi Sport Quattro S1. This was one of my favorite Group B cars. It is iconic, as is the Lancia Delta S4C. Inline 5 and inline 4. This one's twin charged, meaning it has a supercharger and a turbocharger, which is just absolutely insane. This thing is a monster. And then this one's just turbocharged, meaning it spools up, you get the boost. Twin charging, the supercharger, reduces the spool up time. This thing had like, 0 to 60 in 6.4 seconds on gravel, let alone asphalt. Alright, or tarmac. Ford RS 200. Okay, so we don't have this one yet. Mazda RX-7 Evo Group B. Twin rotor, naturally aspirated with 450. Huh, and it's rear-wheel drive. Okay. Audi Sport Quattro RS 001. Lancia 037 Rally. Ferrari 288 GTO Evoluzione. And it's one of the only cars that has my colors too, blue and orange. A turbocharged V8 rear-wheel drive. So that's why that thing was so squirrely when I played it in the weekly. Okay. Renault 5 Maxi Turbo. Yeah, big old van. Volkswagen LT. 2 out of Celica. Okay, I do like the Celica as well, but my favorite is the Celica GT4 and the 7th gen Celica GTS. Twin cam turbo. And I am a Porsche guy. Porsche 959 Rally Raid. Flat 6 turbocharged. Nissan 240 RS. Opel Manta 400. Okay, you know what? We gotta try out the monster. We gotta do it. The Lancia Delta S4. This thing is just so legendary. Ooh. I really like that color. Although this is the iconic one. The iconic look. So white variant, black variant. Let's go with the iconic white variant. Alright. So, the stages are randomly selected when you're playing through career mode. This one is a 4-stage rally with a repair stop in the middle. Alright. So I'm running this graphics-wise on medium graphics. And then I modified the settings a little bit to give us more distance, to shut off the distance blur during the gameplay, but keep it during the replay mode, as well as motion blur. And then cranked up the shadow distance because I hate shadow pop-in. I hate it. Let me crank that up to high just to really, really stress test this thing. And I'll leave that on the default. Alright, and then I learned of a technique in this. You can clutch kick onto it while in automatic mode. So L1 is the clutch. So I'm going to be trying out that technique while I'm driving. Alright, let's rock. Man, you hear that engine? Ooh! Ooh, that was a close brush. Okay, I think I can start to see a little bit of the frame rate chug already happening. And we're on snow too. Oh no. Okay. Oh, I really had to counter steer there. Alright. Oh gosh! That clutch kick really... Okay. I need to try this on tarmac. Right now it's just way too slippery out here. Holy whoa. Even though this thing's got all-wheel drive, it's still super, like, kind of squirrely when I crank it. Just pedal to the metal on the turns. But on the straights, man, this thing's acceleration is crazy. Okay, I need to get it straight so I can test out. It does. Oh god. Oh, we almost spin. You know what? I also forgot to do my intro. Because I've finally come up with a sort of a signature intro, and I totally forgot to do it. Well. Ah! Ooh, okay. Let me check something out here. I bet you can... Oh, that was a close brush. Bet you my computer can run it like this. Nope, still a little jitter. Okay. Second place. Alright. Oh gosh, it really doesn't like the cliff sides on this map. See, I think it looks alright. Man, the camera really doesn't like this map, though. Okay. I hope I can... hope the whole thing isn't snow. Because it's a really poor way to test out this machine. That random element, too, of not knowing what stages you're going to be playing when you're picking a career rally is just like, it can really make or break the difficulty in terms of like how it interacts with the car you picked. Like I picked the one with literally the highest, the all-wheel drive car with the highest acceleration in Group B. And of course I get a low grip environment. So that's fun. Okay, while that's going, let me just check a few things here. Alright. It does look like everything's working though. And that's, I'm really happy about that. Oh, hang on. I'm seeing some keyframe errors on YouTube. Please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Apparently keyframes are not being sent often enough. Interesting. So I'm having some problems with the vertical on YouTube. And it's problems related to the keyframes. So now my question is, how do I set that? Okay, well, it's not something I can change while the stream is going. So I'm gonna have to just test that. Let me check something real quick. Okay. So I think I would have to manually change. I'd have to set the stream settings a little bit. Okay, so what this is telling me is that my idea of streaming vertical to YouTube at the same time as streaming to the other platforms may have to go. It may not work the way I was intending. But that's why I'm testing this out. So let me know. Let me know if there's a lot of like bad buffering. If you're over here. What is going on? Hang on. What is my stream title on Twitch here? I think I do need to go back down to this. What is going on with this? Why did my stream name change back? Excuse me? Hmm. Okay, so it was my browser that wasn't catching up. Got it. That's fine. That's fine. I don't mind. As long as everything is working all right. Okay. All right, well, back into it. Let's go, let's go. So something I need to keep in mind with this car is if I need to get back on the accelerator while turning, I have to feather the throttle a bit more. Until I can straighten out. Then I can floor it. Like that. Huh. Huh. So, holding down the clutch keeps the car... Oh! Because I'm playing in automatic, so holding down the clutch keeps the car from putting out power. Very interesting. It also stops you from downshifting. Very interesting. I wonder what kind of applications that would have. Because it stops the car from upshifting or downshifting. So one benefit I'm noticing to all-wheel drive too is if you go off-road, it's... oh no. It's not so... it's not so bad when it comes to the, speed loss. Okay, there we go. That's what I was trying to say. Ooh, that was some air. I see now. By clutch kicking, you're cutting off the power to the wheels, allowing you to better control your drifts. Ah! Too far off. No, no, no. Ah, crap. Okay. I see. I see, I see, I see. I'm gonna have to experiment with how doing that can help you maintain control in the drift turns. Very interesting. Okay, I had some more stutter, so let's bump those down again. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Crap. Oh well. Okay, we're on to a repair stop. we actually have some dropped frames. That's not good. We need to get some repairs in. So engine repairs, reduce engine damage, reduces acceleration and top speed, and increases the chance of stalling. Radiator damage reduces acceleration and top speed, and then dirt and grime just reduces drag or increases drag. Alright, let's go. Oh, that was a bad cut. Oh no. That's not a good start. Good lord. This is an awful start. Okay. Oh, I only get 2 restarts? Shoot. Yeah, and see, this is a slippery stage with a whole bunch of twisties. Like, oh. Oh, come on. I didn't mean the inertia drift there. Get back on track. There we go. Thing is crazy. Okay. Serious though, if I hit the clutch. Oh, we flipped. Oh no. Hey, that was a nice turn. Okay. Hit a pretty good 180 there. Alright, let's see if we can wrangle this thing in a bit. Tame this beast. Wow, this is a short stage. It was all twisties, which is not ideal for this car. Okay, I'm still in first in the rally though. But I really gotta step it up for the next stage. I wish that I got to try this car out on a stage with more grip. This is rough. This is really rough. Also, computer's still dropping frames. Well, let's crank that all the way down. Okay. Okay. Seems like the frame rate is smoothing out a bit. Let's see if the PC, if OBS stops dropping frames so much. Oh no, get back on stage. Okay. Back on track, come on. Okay. Okay, I gotta lock in on this one to ensure that I get first. Ugh. I thought I was gonna cut that just close enough. Okay, we got some tarmac, although it's still snowy. See, now we're really sending it. See, this is what this car was made for. Let's freaking go. That level of control just skyrocketed on the tarmac. Okay. Went airborne sideways just a little bit. That's okay though. I've gotten got by this corner before. Not happening again. That's what I'm talking about. Now that was a good run. And the drop frames have decreased. So yeah, the load was just a bit too much on computer. See, here's where it got really good. When I hit that tarmac, I started flying. That all-wheel drive twin-charged engine really is just sung on the tarmac. That's what I was hoping to experience. So yeah, it's really cool. That was fun. Giving me some tarmac on the end of the last stage. That was exactly the gift I wanted. Because, like, even if you hit the slide, as long as you keep the nose pointed where you want to go, you're going to go in that direction. That was cool. That was cool. Okay. And that's that. So, looking at the way my computer is behaving, what I may have to do is I may have to forgo the vertical YouTube stream and just focus on the maximizing the quality. Ooh, nice. Maximizing the quality of my my restream, and then record while I'm doing that. That's what I'm thinking anyway. You know what? Real quick too. I'm going to go into the online events. I'm going to run the daily because the dailies reset at 8 p.m. Eastern. That gives me 5 minutes to start this, and then once I do it, I'm going to be able to see how I measure up against everyone else who attempts it with no new attempts coming after 8 p.m. So we're going to get to see the final result, you know? And I get to run it in a Porsche. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, let's go. Porsche would have to be one of my favorite rear-wheel drive cars out there. I hit all of those signs. Oh man. And the little sound they make when you do that. It's still jittering. So I don't think the frame rate's the problem. It's gotta be the vegetation distance. Okay. Alright, let's see how this looks. Come on, straighten out. Okay. Jeez, okay. That was a little rough. Ooh, that was a close brush with the railing. In this game, the railings, they really just, like, grip onto the car. Like they have, like, a Velcro pad or something. Like they're lined with some electric tape. They spin you out like crazy if you hit them at high speed, which I guess is how car really does behave when traveling at speed. So, okay, yeah, there's a little jitter in the frame rate, which is definitely worse than playing at a lower frame rate. I would rather have a lower, more consistent frame rate than a stuttering one. Yeah, see, I lowered the frame rate and it's actually a little smoother. Alright, how did we do? Because in the dailies and the weeklies, you only get one attempt. Top 45%, that's what I'm talking about. Heck yeah. See, my goal in this game, currently, that I'm working towards is top 50% performance in a weekly. The closest I've gotten is 55%, I believe. So, and here I got top 45% in a daily. Then again, it was in a car that I'm good with, so. Somewhat. I kind of almost spun out there, but better to slow down and regain your bearings than to fully spin out, so. We'll take it. See, that was a pretty good drift too. I kept it under control. This game has such good vibes. I love it. Like just the synthwave, the retro synthwave music. Even though it's a like somewhat low poly art style, they make good use of it for a nice, solid artistic direction. And if you've seen what this game looks like at high settings, holy smokes, it looks great. My computer can't run it very well at high settings, but it really does look great. Okay, so it's after 1, or after 1. I saw the clock said 8:01, and I said after 1. No, it's after 8. So there we go. Oh wait, no, I got top 45%. Why is it squished on? Huh? Why is it overlapping like that? Hang on, let me see something. Interface. Maybe it's better on small. Yeah, there's a little less overlap. Huh, that feels like an oversight. Still, 45%. Nice. I was 146th in the world at that daily. That worked out nicely. Alright, so how's everything looking so far? If there's anyone watching this, feel free to let me know in chat how the stream's looking for you. And let me know where you are. If you're on YouTube, did I say YouTube twice? I did. YouTube, Twitch, Kick, what have you. I want to know how things are looking. Yeah, I'm really gonna have to play around with some of these settings on the other stuff. Looks like it's working nicely though, for the most part. Alright, Group B. This one's a 5-stage rally. So this one was the twin-charged 500 horsepower monster, inline 4. This one's a turbocharged inline 5, all-wheel drive. On a 50 horsepower rear wheel. Let's see, all-wheel, 440 horsepower all-wheel drive V6. Okay, so we got an inline 5 turbo. Let's see, that's my other favorite Group B car, so I think we'll give that one a go. So this one's 5. If I remember correctly, 5-stage rallies in this game, you get 2 repair stops. You get a repair stop each 2. So you get one after the second, and then after the 4th. We've already got some stutter. Come on, game. No, straighten out. Ooh. Oh no. I overdid it. Overcooked it. Okay. Trying to get a little bit more power to the slide. Ooh. That was a nice power slide. No! Dang it. If I brake and turn, it just wants to spin on me. Okay. So I gotta be mindful to brake first, then turn. There we go. Okay. That went pretty well. Definitely can't run the game on medium right now, though. Hey, hey. Turn, look, turn. Well, I prefer car with strong handling. Also, hey, what's up, Keo? Long time no see. Hope you're doing alright. Yeah, they look tough. For sure. Alright, so yeah, I'm back on Twitch. This is just a test. I'm trying to make sure my encoding can handle what I'm trying, and so far, it's struggling a little bit in some aspects. It's telling me I got some drop frames. I'm restreaming to Twitch and Kick simultaneously, and then I'm using vertical to stream to YouTube. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to drop the YouTube vertical, honestly, and just repurpose VODs or portions of VODs for YouTube videos going forward. I think that's probably how I'm gonna have to do it. So, there we go. We got some air. Getting ready for work. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Family can be stressful at times. Hope it all works out, though. Oh, get back on track. Get back on track. I am so gonna have a time getting used to playing racing games while reading chat. This is gonna be interesting, for sure. But sure to create some funny moments as I inevitably crash and burn. Oh, no, 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 no. How did I get away with that cut? What? That is insane. Close brush with the tree. Okay, clutch kick a little bit. Hello, Francis. How you doing? Lordy, lordy, lordy. Come on, keep the power down. Okay. Yes, I love Rally. Honestly, out of all motorsport, Rally is my absolute favorite. Ooh. Stay on stage. Trying to read chat and race at the same time. It's a very interesting dynamic. Yes, when it comes to Rally, when it comes to motorsport, Rally is my absolute favorite. I honestly feel like Rally drivers are the peak motorsports drivers. Like, the amount of adaptability in your skill. I mean, you have to be able to adapt to the unexpected. I've always been someone who said that if you can only perform well under optimal conditions, can you really call yourself the best, right? Like, you can always make the argument, under optimal conditions, who's better? But I'm like, but the one who's really better is the one who performs better and more consistently under suboptimal conditions, right? The best one at dealing with the unexpected in anything competitive, really. So that's why I've always felt like, you know, like those kind of situations where everything's like, where it favors the studiers, right? The spreadsheet types, or the one people who drill stuff in repeatedly in practice. I have no idea how I got away with that cut. I'm still baffled by that. Regardless, yeah, I just feel like being able to handle the unexpected is a greater skill than being able to perform well under optimal conditions, you know? Mm-hmm. So I definitely feel like Rally is more the peak of motorsports than, say, Formula One, where they're allergic to even, as evidenced by the recent stuff with the race at Spa-Francorchamps, how they had to delay it by like, what, an hour or two? And they're basically allergic to letting the drivers race in the wet. It's like, no, in Rally, if it's raining, you still run it. Like, you run that sucker, you know? You handle the unpredictability. You rain or snow, gravel, dirt, you just do it. You go in and you send it. Like, F1 drivers when mine race on. A lot of them, no. Some of them aren't so good at it, but some of the best ones, like Lando Norris and was it Lando Norris, Max Verstappen, and Hamilton, I think. They were like three of the best, and they are like fine racing on in wet conditions. Actually, if I remember correctly, Verstappen had a low downforce, or no, a high down. Was it high downforce? A high downforce setup to handle the rain, to keep grip in the rain, and then because of all the delays that the people in charge did put into place, they basically kind of screwed over those who set up their cars to race in the wet. So, yeah. So real quick, let me know, how does the stream look? Does it look like there's like dropped frames galore? Because my OBS is showing that I've dropped quite a few frames. And hopefully the sound is alright too. I don't sound too terribly loud. I've played Dirt Rally 2.0 once. I sat down and I played it in VR. I rolled several times because I overdid it, but it was fun. It was fun. I'm definitely going to jump into that again because now I got my my racing seat with the wheel and the H pattern shifter set up, and so I definitely want to do it. But I'm probably not going to do VR as much as I initially thought I would, simply because VR makes, for spectators, it makes it less tolerable. You know. It makes a lot of people get motion sick. So I'm unless I can find a way to really stabilize VR footage live while streaming, I'm probably not going to do a lot of VR. Oh yeah, I get you. I got the Next Level Racing GT Lite Pro. So it's just like, it's one of those like semi-foldable seats, racing seats with the metal tubing as the frame. And I just have my wheel and H-pattern shifter mounted on it. What you do is hold the left stick forward and then slowly... Oh yeah, slowly turn to the sides. I've tried racing like that, and I have trouble. Like, I can't go straight. When I race like that, I cannot keep it straight. To be fair, I use a PlayStation 4 controller, though, so it doesn't have any notches. It's, like, super smooth. You know? Around the edges. So it's like, it's impossible for me to get a perfect, you know, a perfect vertical, input. Oh god, I need to get my bearings again. Oh, Xbox One, yeah. So I can't do that. I'm a tap adjuster. Rupee moment. Yeah, going straight towards the crowd. Okay. I really like that touch in this game, and I do like how they always jump out of the way. I could have sworn in some footage that I've seen, though. Oh god, oh god, oh! That was... What the heck? Okay, I'm kind of screwed. Nope, never mind, hang on. I'm out. Okay. I'm pausing for a second there. That was crazy. I'm gonna have to bump those graphics down a little more, though. The stuttering frame rate was really giving me... It was actually making my eyes hurt a little bit. It's so weird. I don't... Oh god, no, get back on track! Okay, good. A little tap to the back to straighten myself out. I'm okay with that. Calculated. I saw myself going towards the tree, so I tried to push the rear towards it to straighten myself out. See, that's one of those adaptability moments that Rally presents you with. God dang it. I am really losing it here. Okay. Oh, I really hate the railings and, like, barriers in this game because they have, like, glue. They just grip onto the car and just spin you out. Okay. Sorry, the most unhinged race you saw was due to replace the gear lever for a steel tube. The same for the handbrake and put on the... Interesting. Gear lever for a steel tube and the same for handbrake and put it on the... Aha! Well, I mean that is an interesting janky way to kind of jerry rig a rally style, you know, sequential shifter rod and handbrake rod. Man, I sent it all the way into those logs. Like, holy crap. I apologize for messing around with the settings so much. I am really trying to just lock in my graphics settings for this game and stress testing my computer. So I was explaining this earlier, but I've got everything running. I've got my PC running at like 100 on this one. It's running at 78% right now. Okay, a bit for a second while I was adjusting the graphics settings. That makes sense. Okay. I appreciate the feedback. You know, it just helps me a lot. You have no idea. So I've got... Oh, before that. Okay. Because I've got this thing firing off at, like, it hit... My CPU hit 75%, 78% just a second ago. Like, for real. I've got... For OBS, I'm restreaming, so I'm using Restream to go to Twitch and the Kick, and then I've got a vertical stream going on YouTube, and then I've got replay buffer and recording going at the same time, and I'm using Item, AITUM, vertical plugin in my OBS, and so then I've also got that's what I'm using for the vertical stream on YouTube, and then I've got backtrack going on it, which is like replay buffer but for the vertical, and set to like 60 seconds, so I can have little clips at the press of a key for shorts and TikToks, stuff like that. So I've got everything going all at once, really stress testing this to see what I can and can't do when I finally do start streaming consistently, which will be next week. So I'll be trying to stream every Tuesday and Thursday is what I'm aiming for after work. Have to unlock the other cars. Okay, so I do have to unlock a couple of cars here in Group B. This is actually my first time running the Quattro, the Sport Quattro. Before you came to the stream, I was running the Lancia Delta S4. And of course, when I was using the twin-charged Lancia Monster, I had to get a snowy stage, or 3. Out of the 4, so I wasn't able to really get a good feel for it. I was kind of wrestling it all the way up until I came up on the final stage, which the last, I would say, third of the final stage had tarmac, and I was able to really send it, like, flat out. Now the Sport Quattro Group B is one of my favorite Group B cars, just from its performance and its design. Like, I think it's one of the coolest ones. But the Lancia Delta is also really cool, and the Integrale is really cool. Oh, I am a turtle on its back right now. And then I am a Subaru guy though. Like, give me WRX. Impreza WRX in particular. I actually like the Impreza WRXs more. Oh no! I like Impreza WRXs more than the new VA and VB WRX. But yeah, that's still the Colin McRae style. You know, that what was it? 98 2001 to 2001 generation, and then the Blob Eye. One of my favorite Impreza WRX is actually the 2005 Blob Eye one. That one's actually my favorite design for the WRX. Yeah, the Delta was pretty stable, except I was on snow and ice, and it wasn't very stable there. If I hit the gas while turning, the sucker wanted to spin. If I hit the brakes while turning, it wanted to spin. So I had to be real mindful and feather both. I was trying to clutch kick a bit too on power slides, and it didn't really help that much. So, Ford Fiesta Mark II, yeah, and isn't that in the final group, right? Isn't that a Group S car? Ooh, that was some beautiful air. And Group S is like essentially the most modern cars in the game. Yeah, I plan on playing some, going off what you said earlier, I plan on playing some Dirt Rally 2.0. Right now, I have played with WRC Generations on my Switch, but I kind of want to get it on my PC so I can play it with my wheel. I actually do have some fun with that one. My PC cannot run EA WRC, unfortunately. But yeah, you know, I am a rally head for sure. I also play Forza Motorsport, and I play. I just recently started getting into Assetto Corsa Competizione and Automobilista 2. Dirt is better. I've heard a lot of people say Dirt 2.0 is better than, or Dirt Rally 2.0 is better than EA WRC. That EA WRC, though, kind of feels like a slightly more accessible version of it, essentially. Sort of like, in a way, sort of, kind of, Project Cars 3 to Project Cars 2. But, I don't know. Alright, let's see what I damaged. Ooh, I damaged the gearbox and the turbo? Okay. Wow. Good thing we get to repair that. Alright, we're on gravel. Let's freaking fly. Like Colin McRae said, when in doubt, flat out. Let's see if I can do that. Oh, gotta get my bearings first. Okay. Nope. Ah! Why was I magnetized towards the hay bale? Hay barrel? I always forget what to call it. Ooh, okay. Hey, my clutch kick actually helped me in that situation. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh, let's hit that drift. Oh no, and then I had to lose it afterwards. Come on, save. Save it? Okay. Come on, dang it. Okay. Jeez. That was a bit of a pain. Oh no, 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 no. Ah, okay. Oh, no reset. That's a... No! I'm gonna reset that way, ain't I? Okay, there we go. Good lord. Okay. Come on. Oh my god, why am I so unstable? Okay. There. Alright, come on. Get your bearings, Sam. Okay, tarmac, let's freaking go. Now it's on. And it's over. Now it's on, now it's over. Argentina stages, yeah. Oh boy. That was, interesting, to say the least. Okay, I need to decrease my font size for this so I can Oh, that's so much better. Okay. There we go. Alright, I'm still locking in all my settings. Like I said, I got the chats combined on my screen using Stream Elements ground control, and it's actually working quite well. Something else I have to work out is when I'm using my wheel setup, since it's not here at my desk, it's next to my desk, I gotta figure out how am I gonna see chat while I'm racing in my wheel seat setup. Because, yeah, I might need to get an extra, like, boom arm, essentially, and maybe a cheap tablet, and set that up as a third monitor, and dedicate that exclusively to ground control, unless there's a way to use ground control remotely. That way I can have it mounted to my rig, my entry-level rig. At least that's my thoughts. So that's what I'm thinking anyway. We'll have to see. Keep a phone in my lap and text while driving. Yeah, that might work. Also, hey, Ty. Welcome. You at work or are you at home? I might have to up the difficulty too, because right now I'm playing on normal difficulty and I just keep getting first. I might have to give myself more of a challenge here. Okay, what car did I get? I got the Renault 5 Maxi Turbo. Turbocharged inline 4, 440. Rear wheel drive, okay. Oh, hey chat, what was that? Crap! Yeah. Oh, you're on break. Cool. Hope work is going smoother for you than it is for me, because this has been a heck of a week. Oh, the one with the engine in the middle. Oh, it's a mid-engine. Okay. Mid-engines make for really good balance. Interesting. Rally 5 stages. Okay. So the stutter wasn't as bad when it's on low settings. I just had to run it on the defaults. May have to crank that down to the lowest and just really do that little stress test. It's been busy. Yeah, it's been busy for me too. And for some reason this week, all the stupid decided to come out. For real. Both at work and on the road, just driving home from work. There have been so many bad drivers yesterday and today. It's crazy. Okay, well, they put the thing in the middle as a grouping, because you can just do that. Oh, yeah. I see. Okay, let me see something here. No. Okay, so that's not something I can do. I'm just curious as to whether or not that would... Okay. Oh well. It's all good. So yeah, I'm really stress testing my PC for this. Have I run the weekly yet? I think what I'm gonna do here is I want to run the weekly real quick. And then later, I'll have to... No, I'll do the weekly off stream. Because it's sort of a challenge. For the weeklies, I'm trying to get a top 50% performance. So far, the closest I've got, I believe, was 55. I was in the bottom 55%. I'm trying to hit that 50% performance spot in a weekly. Now, just today, I did the daily right before the reset at 8. And that way there would be no additional attempts after I run it. And I got top 45%. So that so far is the best performance I've gotten in any of the online events. But what I'm trying to do is in a challenge series, essentially, I'm just trying to challenge myself to get top 50% in a weekly. I'll probably keep that to recording. That way I can ensure that it runs at a smooth frame rate, you know, and that I can patch in the result after the 8 o'clock Saturday reset. Eastern, that is. I live in the Eastern time zone. So, alright, 1-5 stage rally. Alright, you know what? Let's go up to skilled difficulty. Because right now I'm getting such a big gap between myself and the and second place. Alright, so since we got some folks in chat, I will take a request on what we want to run. Got a snazzy new mod view for Twitch Mobile. Oh, okay. Got just care with it when you popped in. That's funny. Alright, so what do you want me to run? So far I've been finding that in terms of rear wheel drive cars, I'm better with lower torque turbocharged engines. Like turbocharged 4 cylinders in particular. So like this would probably be the best of the rear wheel drives for me so far out of these from what I can tell. I guess a 2-rotor too, because rotaries don't have a lot of low end torque. You get most of the torque when on the high revs. So I'll probably do alright with that one too. I have not tried a supercharged car, so I'm not entirely sure how that one will feel. But like once you get to the V6s, the 6 cylinders and 8 cylinders, if they're rear wheel drive, like I've used this car here in a weekly and I could barely control it. I was having so much trouble with just not putting down just too much throttle and the rear end getting all squirrely on me. So you said the Renault, or it was super stable, so this one, the Maxi Turbo. Okay. I think in terms of rear wheel drive, I think I was just in general better with four cylinders in general, because as soon as you got to a 6 cylinder for a rear wheel, I just, the rear feels too squirrely for me on acceleration, you know, under power. Yeah, I'll run the Renault. Let's see. I kind of like this color scheme. It's the closest thing so far to a to blue and orange, which is my channel colors. So, that's kind of cool too. The panda look. Yeah, we'll run this one. All right, turbocharged, rear-wheel drive, inline 4. I probably will be able to handle this one pretty decently. So you seem pretty So Francis, you seem pretty well versed in this game. When on this screen, when it shows you what stage you're running, and it has a hyphen and then R, does that mean you're running the stage in reverse? That's what I think it means, but I'm not 100% sure. Ooh. Oh, no. Oh, we're almost in less spin category. Oh, you haven't played the game? Oh, okay, you're a rally head. Oh god. So that's what got you. Okay, well, we have our first spin. So, I forgot to do my intro in this stream, but my general intro is welcome to S-factorsam. What does the S stand for? Well, watch till the end to find out. And in this case, I think the answer is probably going to be spin. Oh god! Or slam. It might be slam for how much I've slammed into stuff. Holy crap. Okay. Good lord! No, it's spin. Or slide. Ugh. This thing, okay. This thing is not very stable. At least not when you're putting the power down. This thing is anything but. Oh my gosh, if I hit the brakes, I go into a slide too. What the heck? Like, I don't even have to hit the handbrake, and every time I just brake, it feels like I'm hitting the handbrake. So, oh god, or if I hit the gas too hard. Good god. Okay. This one is going to be very interesting, running this thing for the whole rally. I bet you it would be a lot more stable if this was tarmac. Okay. Oh, hang on, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on, let me cook. I'm starting to adjust. I'm starting to adjust. Oh, hang on. Okay, no, we got another spin. Nope, never mind. Never mind, we're back in spin territory. Just call me the spin doctor. Good god, this is squirrely. Okay. Okay, there. Come on. Okay, that was a little wild. That was a little wild. Okay. I need to bump some of these graphics here. I need shadow distance and vegetation distance up to the max. I hate the pop in. There we go. Okay. So this thing is wild. This, for a little thing, this thing is wild. Like, anytime I put down the power on the gas or hit the brakes a little too hard, the sucker just wants to let spin. Like, holy smokes. Okay, I need to change one more setting here. Sorry for all this. I'm really trying to dial everything in real quick. Okay. Like, I took that turn pretty well. And then it was like right after that I started to get a handle on it a bit better. I was babying the... No, actually, it was after that I started doing a little better. I started babying the throttle a bit more, and I noticed that when I turned, I had to lift off the gas first, then turn, point the nose where I wanted to go, and then ease back onto the gas gradually. And it allowed me to keep it stable. Like you could tell here, where I had a lot more control. And I was even able to hold a power slide there. Pretty okay. Although not fully on track, but yeah. Like, so this thing, running this thing, it's all about very small adjustments in your steering and in your throttle control. And your brake control. You can't hit the brakes too hard and you can't hit the throttle too hard. You have to be very slow and gradual with both inputs. Because yeah, you're right, it does oversteer like crazy. And I tend to lean more towards understeery cars just because I'm, well, in real life, that's all I've driven. Holy smokes, I got 10th on that stage. I need to restart. 10th is a really horrible way to start a rally. Alright, let's see if I can do better this time. There we go, see? Throttle control. Throttle control is key on this thing. Nope, I hit the brakes just a little too hard again. God dang it. Okay. So I think with this, you have to pump the brakes, turn, ease onto the throttle. There we go. There we go. Pump the brakes while keeping it straight. No steering input. Turn, and then baby into the throttle. See? I ran that split 8 seconds faster than the last time. So pump the brakes, turn, ease onto throttle. Pump the brakes, turn, ease onto throttle. Oh, that was a close brush. Okay, come on. Gotta slam the brakes a bit. That's okay, accept the oversteer a little bit since it's a hairpin. No, straighten out, please. Okay. Well, I'm doing really much better than the first time. Oh no. Oh no. Did I damage the suspension? I think it's got to pull to the right now. I think it's got to list to the right. I think I damaged it. It's hard to tell because the ground, the terrain is so uneven. Nope, that's definitely a list to the right. Oh god. Oh, okay. Yeah, this game does that. You have damage in the cars. Like you can damage the engine, the gearbox, the turbo, the suspension. That's just a full 360 spin. I'll take that over a 180 any day. Come on, straighten out. Yeah, I can tell. See, it's listing to the right a bit, I think. Yep, there it is. I could see it on that straight. Oh, God. Okay. Still 10th? Are you freaking kidding me? This had to be the one that I increased the difficulty. This had to be the one that I increased the difficulty with this car. Well, I bumped up the difficulty from normal to skilled. So, yeah. And then I'm running this car. And then this car did not turn out to be as stable as I thought it would. Or as stable as you thought it would. And now I'm dealing with a pull to the right. Oh, God, this is gonna suck. Alright, I really gotta lock in to try and win this one. No! Oh, God. I may have to bail on this. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, come on. There, okay. Hang on. Okay, I'm trying to lift more and brake less. Let's see if that'll help with my control. I think this thing is just particularly squirrely under full throttle and under hard braking. Nah. So if I can try and reduce how much I need to brake by controlling my speed and my throttle better, I may have a better chance. Oh, that was a short stage. Wow. And still just 7th? What in the world is this? There is no way I'm gonna beat these CPU times on this difficulty level. And here's the thing about this game. The stages that you get, so they're cheating. So when you're in career mode, when you choose a car and then you choose your rally year. So it groups it into classes, and it groups those classes into years. So it's eras and years. And then once you choose your year and you choose your car, then you get a randomized location, and then from that location, a randomized selection of the stages that are available for that location. Normal and I think reversed. And so there's a measure of like almost like super pseudo roguelite element to that, because like I'm running this car on dirt, right? I don't think this thing's the best for dirt. As squirrely as it is, and it's rear-wheel drive. Yeah, exactly. So even if I bail on this one, or I fail this one, and then I retry the same exact year in the career campaign, I will not be on these same stages. So then the question becomes, do I pick the same car and hope for stages that better suit it? Or do I go with a different car and possibly then also get stages that don't suit it very well? So you never really know what you're going to get until it's time to run it, which I think is kind of cool. And then there's no navigator because they went with the slightly overhead view, like the really pulled back and high view, so you can see the turns coming up yourself, removing the need for pace notes. Yep, see, I told you. See, look, I took damage, 1 tick of damage to the suspension. That's why I had a list that was pulling to the right. And then I damaged the radiator. So it causes engine overheating, reducing acceleration top speed. There's also engine stalling in this game. If you damage the engine enough, you have increased the chance of stalling. And you can even get a puncture on the tire. And then you have to hold down one of the D-pad buttons to repair it, which eats up some of your time. Even cleaning the car reduces drag. The dirtier the car, the more drag. Damage to the gearbox increases time to shift gears, which hurts your gearing and your acceleration. And then you have a set amount of repair time, shown as ticks on those dots, that are used up for each of the ticks down here. So it has like a sort of a simplified version, but it's actually surprisingly realistic for how, low poly simple the graphical styling looks. But it's actually quite faithful to actual rally. It's not an easy game. It looks like it would be like more, kidified or simplified, casualified version of rally, but no, it's very much a love letter to like the Group B days, especially because the whole premise behind this game is, what if Group B was never canceled, shut down? And then yeah, it's very chill with this synthwave music, right? Your retro synthwave soundtrack that constantly plays with no interruptions through the game and all menus, which lends itself to a sort of a Zen activity kind of vibe. But it can be quite unforgiving, as you can see. Like Rally actually is. Holy crap, even the slightest bit of uneven ground unsettles this thing and makes it want to get real squirrely on me. Come on, let's hit that power slide. Yes. Okay, start an inertia drift. Okay, okay. Can I straighten out, please? 90-degree turn. Come on. Okay, a little snaking S turn here. Oh no! Oh, we're airborne. And we're still going. Holy crap. That was kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. Oh no, no. Well, dang. Yeah, I hit that Scandinavian flick. Or Kansei Drifto. Yeah, okay. I had to have taken some damage from that. Although not to the suspension, because it's not pulling to either left or right. Man. Oh, two wheel for a second. I was on two wheels. Okay. Come on. Get back up to speed. Okay. Again, we were two-wheeling it for a second there. See, this thing, when you hit the brakes, the rear kicks out so much, I don't need to use a handbrake. I just need to hard brake normally. Oh, gosh. Yeah. You have to really feather the throttle and baby it in order to get good keep your control under power. You think handbrake would be better than regular braking? Hold on, you might be onto something. I actually am not sure. Oh, we cutting again. You might be onto something. Hang on. Oh no. There it is again. I hit the brakes. Are the brakes on the front or the back on this thing? You know what? I bet you it's front brakes. And that's why the rear kicks out whenever I brake. Well. It might actually spin less when I handbrake. That's a finish. Oh, jeez. This is not going very well. Oh, Lord. I do not think I'm going to use this car again. Well, the problem is, because it's on dirt, I don't know how well this thing would behave on gravel compared to dirt, or on tarmac compared to both. Or I don't even want to imagine how this thing will handle in rainy conditions. Ugh. Just imagine adding hydroplane onto this severe oversteer. Okay, let's send it. Let's go. Oh, that wasn't much air. I was expecting a bit more air from that. Okay, that wasn't too bad of a right angle. I used the handbrake that time, and it actually kept more control. Dang it. Okay, I think what I need to do is I need to pump the brakes, then turn, and then handbrake. So, pump the brakes, turn, handbrake. That, you know, I might be onto something. And then for these kinds, just lift, turn, and then ease back onto the steering. Let the oversteer turn it into a power slide. Okay, okay. Oh no. Oh, hang on. Yo, we survived. Okay. I mean, I am becoming a lot more stable now. That was a super close one. I almost hit that boulder. Okay, my control has just improved. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm locking in. I did so much better on that stage. Holy crap. Fourth. The best performance I got so far in this whole rally. And if you look at that, look. On the leaderboard. 55% performance. Top 55%. That was my best one yet. So you said funny thing is rally's not so different nowadays. To an extent, I get you. The cars are a bit different. Like they're all of them. Well, it depends on which class of rally you're talking about, I guess. Because if we're talking about WRC1, then they're all all-wheel drive with the whole hybrid system. Definitely a different feel than this. And then but then you have like, I'll be completely honest, out of rally, I actually prefer watching the ARA, American Rally Association. I kind of like the variety of cars there more. Like I actually follow ARA more and the Subaru Motorsports there. Travis Pastrana, Brandon Semenuk. And then at Goodwood, they have Scott Speed running in the in Project Midnight. Like I actually like the variety and even the coverage. Like Dirtfish, their coverage of the ARA is better, like better quality on YouTube. Their videos are better quality and more comprehensive than the coverage of the World Rally Championship on their official YouTube for rallies 1, 2, and 3, or WRC 1, 2, and 3. Rally 1, 2, and 3? I forget the title. Yeah, I did so much better in this stage. I think I might have finally gotten a handle on how to handle this car. It's still not my favorite. Oh yeah, don't mind the world flickering out of view. It does that sometimes on stages with cliffs or mountains. I don't know why it does that. If it weren't for that, I would say this game has some of my best replay cameras. Like, my favorite, I think Gran Turismo 7 still has the best replay camera system of all. Here we go again. Last stage. We get to do some repairs, and then let's see if I can put everything I've been trying to adapt. Cool, no damage. It was just dirty. Let's see. Put everything that I've been trying to figure out to the test. Come on, get back on stage. There we go. There we go. Okay, okay. No, no, no. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. I'll take the little tap there just to keep myself right. That was the tightest cut on the hay barrel I think I've ever done. Nope. The only thing you can do is change the setting on the anti-lock brakes, which right now it's at 50%. The default. And that's universal. That's just under the controller setting. Come on. Get into second. Come on. Oh my god. I got third place on that stage though. Wow. I got 7th. What the heck? A whole... Wow. The first was a whole, like... almost 2 seconds faster. No. 2 minutes. Good God. So I had unlocked a new car for, because you have to complete it with, what was it? At least 1 restart. And then if you have 2 restarts remaining, 2 or more, then you get skins for cars. So I don't think that unlocks the next one, does it? Oh, it does. Really? Huh. Interesting. Because yeah, so here's the structure of career mode. So you start with group 2, and you see it's 5 years, 1967 through 71. Then you go to group 3, and you do 72 through 76. Then you do group 4, 77 through 81. You see, I kept getting first place because I was running on normal. Now I'm at Group B. That's crazy. See, and then the damage level default. See, okay, so there's none, light, performance, reduced performance damage, and no terminal damage. So you actually can wreck so bad that you can't continue the rally at all. Normal performance damage and terminal damage is in effect. Higher performance damage with terminal damage, and the highest performance damage with terminal damage. So I think I do like me Celica, but personally, and I said this earlier, I like the Celica GT4 and the 7th gen Celica GTS more. And I do like Porsche. I am a Porsche fan, so I don't know. A flat six turbocharged all-wheel drive, I might like this one, actually. But yeah. Alrighty. So I think honestly I may have to call it there for tonight. In general, I'm gonna be streaming it seems like it's mostly gonna be like I'll be starting on Tuesdays and Thursdays somewhere between 6:30 and 7 Eastern, depending on when I'm able to get off of work. Because some days I can leave work as early as, around 5:15, sometimes a little earlier if I'm lucky, and then other times it's closer to 5:30, and I still have to get home, take a shower, have dinner with the wife, and then I can stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So streams will start between 6:30 and 7. I'll probably have to set the time to 7 on the schedule, and then just if I can start earlier, I will. And then every once in a while, if I don't have any other, plans or obligations, then I can stream on the weekends as well. Like one on the weekend. Depends. And that one, I'm probably going to lean heavier into racing games and racing sims, especially for the Tuesday and Thursday streams. And then on the weekends, depending on what I feel like doing, I may do another racing game, but maybe one more community or casual oriented, your Mario Kart and such. Or I'll do a variety game that's not a racing game, because I used to be a variety streamer, and some of my mainstays were the Monster Hunter Rise on Switch and Pokemon Unite and assorted platformers, 2D especially. I grew up on 2D platformers even more than I played a lot of racing games growing up, but 2D platformers was the first games I ever played and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's kind of the plan. Motorsports is my current hyperfixation. I've been real fixated on it for the last year and a half now at this point, and so it's sticking around for quite a bit. Generally, my fixations kind of bounce around. I do have Tourette's, which has some elements that were sort of coincide with autism or ADHD. They're tangentially related, sort of like cousins. So fixations is a thing on that, right? It's a part of it, and this has just been really speaking to me. I mean, I like driving. I love driving in real life. I love long drives, and I have hit 100 miles per hour once, and it was actually quite fun. I have driven that fast in real life. It was on a straight, but yeah, it was. I mean, I just like driving in general. It's something that really speaks to my Tourette's brain. It engages so many facets of my brain's functions, and then it also just creates a sort of a Zen activity kind of thing. Like, it's something that I can do on instinct without having to think too hard about it. And since having Tourette's means your brain's synapses are firing off all the time, without stop, I have to take medicine to make it slow down so I can sleep at night. It driving and racing and all that, it just really gels with my brain. So, and yeah, and here I am not someone who is very beholden to the opinions of others. I am individualistic to a high amount in that way. So as I've been diving into racing sims and getting back into racing games, because I used to play a lot of I played the original Need for Speed and Need for Speed 2 back on PC, Windows 97. So I know racing games for quite a long time. I played a lot of racing games from then all the way up until the Wii and PS3 and Xbox 360 era. The last racing games I was really into were Need for Speed Pro Street and Forza Horizon 1 on the 360. And then I kind of dropped off of them for a while. And now I'm getting back into them. And that's when I found Art of Rally. And I played a little Gran Turismo 7. And, dipped my toes into Automobilista 2. And Assetto Corsa Competizione. And Dirt Rally 2.0, and oh yeah, Hot Pursuit Remastered. Actually, I was playing that a lot on my Switch as well. That one's fun. And Burnout Paradise. I have that on my Switch as well. And I have WRC Generations on my Switch, which I'm sure would be much better with my steering wheel and pedals. So, yeah, it's just I've been getting real into this, so it's become kind of a focus on my channel. Another game, variety game I played a lot of back when it first came out was Armored Core 6. So I love mecha. So, but yeah. So anyway, enough yapping there. That's going to be my content focus, is a lot of racing and motorsports games, but I want to get some variety in there every once in a while. Whether that be the occasional weekend variety stream or collabs with other people who I know, other content creators I know who don't necessarily play a lot of racing games, but I would like to find content creators who play racing games that I could collaborate with as well. So I'll be putting my feelers out there, networking. August is when I'm planning on starting everything in earnest, so probably tomorrow after work I will be wiping my Twitter and cleaning up my Discord a little bit more and starting fresh, so to speak. I kind of hit a rough patch, and I want to kind of wipe that and just clean slate it a little bit. And I'm going to be jumping into these consistent streams, at least 2 per week, and then the weekend ones whenever I can. I'm probably not going to stream verticals on YouTube, though. I don't think my PC can handle that while doing everything else that I'm doing. So, we'll have to see. Regardless, that's it from me. So in the question that I forgot to ask at the beginning of the stream, which I'm trying to build up as a habit now, what does the S in S-factor stand for? Well, in this case, it was a few things, but I would think in most it would be spin, especially with that last car. So the spin doctor strikes again. In any case, I am going to call it here for this stream. I need to get around for bed. Got to do a little bit of dishes first and stuff like that. And yeah, I will see y'all next week. If you haven't already followed on Twitter and Kick or subscribed on YouTube, then definitely do that. You can find my links in the profiles on all platforms. And then I will be back Tuesday around the same time, sometime between 6:30 and 7. And so that's Tuesday the 5th, and then Thursday the 7th. And that's how I'm going to schedule it going forward. Thanks to everyone who came out and chatted for a bit. It really makes things a lot more fun when I have someone to talk to. And that's honestly the thing I missed the most about the last almost year that I haven't been streaming, was that real-time interaction. I'm much more suited to that than recording YouTube videos alone. And I can still treat this like recording, so when chat's not active, I can just treat it like I'm recording a YouTube video and keep talking. But when I have someone to talk to, it really livens things up and brings my strengths out. So, best of both, right? So I'll be turning this into some YouTube content. Yeah, I will see y'all in my next stream, Tuesday. And I think that day, I think I'm going to be streaming Assetto Corsa Competizione, but I don't want to plan it ahead of time too much. I don't like planning it so far in advance, because then it feels more like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like I'm streaming what I want to play on that day, you know? It changes from day to day what I want to stream. But I'm thinking Competizione because I want to get my LFM license, low fuel motorsport. I want to qualify for the license, so I have to practice a specific track and try to get, I think if I remember correctly, it's a certain amount of consecutive laps under a certain time, a threshold. So that's probably what I'm going to do on Tuesday, if I can figure out a way to have chat in front of me, all three in front of me on one device while I'm on my rig. So, yeah. Anyway, alright, so go ahead and follow and all that good stuff. Subscribe, like on YouTube for the content afterwards, the VOD squad, so to speak. And I will see you next time. I've said that a few times. This is it for real. Dr. Sam, out. Have a great rest of your day. And outro. I totally forgot to reformat this screen. Whoops. Well, that's also stood for Scuff. I used to be called the Scuff Doctor, or at least called myself that for a while. That'll stick around. Anyway, it was fun. Thanks for making this first stream, sort of unofficial first stream and test stream, a lot of fun. I'll see y'all around. Later.